CISCAUEDU/XSEDE. So this is the URL where you audit the two programs, and there I tried to run it. It runs on Linux as well, without any changes. So that it run Mac OS if you have, and if you don't have GNU-plot installed on Mac OS, then you need to comment that part out. But most Linux systems have GNU-plot, or you can easily install it. And of course, if you actually find that code somewhat interesting and have some questions how I did certain things, I'm of course more than happy to answer questions. So the question about the correct about the decimal places, I think I wasn't quite sure what they meant with that. But then when I looked at, if you go to the HPC University's website, there's another example program, and let me pull that up. This is actually what they had suggested. What I did is also basically have a simulation and then just average. So you run many simulations and then you average over it. That's basically what they, that was apparently the answer, but I wasn't quite clear about it either. I sent them an email, but I never got a response back. So fortunately in a competition, or hopefully in a competition, people can clarify that, because it's, yeah, all you could expect is like a, and then I guess they just want to see, well, I guess you should get there should be a correct answer, but the precision would depend on how long you run it. If you run it for 1,000,000 times or 1,000,000,000 times, which then during the competition might be interesting to see, you know, who can run it the longest to get the most accurate result. Okay, there's one question about parallel I can answer real quick. This is a nice problem because it's trivial. All you need is each simulation run is independent from the other one. So yes, you can, if you basically just want to produce as many simulation runs as possible, you can just populate it on all the processors, run it as long as you want to, and then collect all the outputs and then do the aggregation on that. So this is a nice example of a, what they call it, a trivial parallelism. So like on a little fee, I wouldn't even modify the code, I would just run it on different processors. Okay. Will we have access to?
Not certain what Shannon's question is, so Shannon, why don't you unmute yourself and state your question? You're saying, will we have access to the ability to group discussions on our coding for the next challenge? My answer would be we have 5 more weeks in each. Give me your question and why don't you state your question? Okay. So for our group, we have 5 members, and we were trying to meet on Skype to discuss the solutions we were coming up with for each of the challenges. I'll go back to W in that 1 second. Nara has a question. Oh, it's been answered already.
There's one about how to parallelize it in C. Again, if you have a multi-core system, you might just use OpenMP with a simple parallel region or a parallel array. Just make sure that you basically have each of these data structures are independent, because at the end you want to run a lot of these. It's kind of like what we see a lot of times, like how to compute pi or simulate the Monte Carlo simulation of or computing pi. So each run is completely independent. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with MPI. That's always not for this problem. I would rather send jobs to each processor individually and let them run it 10 million times and then collect the data afterwards.
Okay, it's 1:07. Peter, do you have any parting words?
I hope you got something out of it and appreciate your patience, and it was fun for me. So hope it helped a little bit, and I see you at XSEDE in July.